Good morning, travelers, pre-med students, and undergraduates. Welcome to Doctors In. This podcast features top-performing proactive physicians with whom we try to dissect what makes them the best in their respective specialties. You completed your residency at Yale School of Medicine, and I think that's very impressive because, it is very difficult to match into. Now, did the residency experience hold up to your expectations?
I think it was great. So I was at Yale School of Medicine, but Yale has one internal medicine department and it has a couple of sub-programs within that department. So there's what we call the traditional track, which is the same 3 years, predominantly spent on the inpatient service side with some outpatient exposure. There is a combined med peds, which is I think a 4-year program that when you're completed, you are eligible for board certification in internal medicine as well as pediatrics. Mm-hmm. And then there's the Yale primary care program, which is also a 3-year program, which has a different distribution of of time spent inpatient, outpatient. And I was actually in the Yale primary care program, and it was fantastic. It was a perfect, I think, sort of mix and match between the inpatient side, the outpatient side. I mean, look, I'm an outpatient gastroenterologist, and I had the privilege of being in an academic center,
right,
with high degree of acuity, really interesting, complex cases, all the things that come with being at Yale in terms of the tertiary center and all that stuff. But I also spent a lot of time learning how to run an efficient clinic. I spent a lot of time learning how to improve that flow of my clinic, learning how to manage my clinical day. And I'm an outpatient gastroenterologist, and I think I can't really put a value on the lessons I got there. So absolutely, the experience was amazing.
Okay, that's good to hear. So I guess one of the key takeaways from that experience was time management and really just dealing with, as you said, efficiency.
I think the key thing I would take away is honestly finding your people.
Okay.
Right? Like you gotta be at a place where the culture is what you believe in. And then the efficiency, all those things are going to come, right? Every medical school you're going to get into is certified to produce doctors. Every residency you're going to get into is certified and closely monitored by the ACGME to produce someone eligible to sit for the boards. So that is going to happen. Now, the part is it going to happen in a supportive environment with people who are your people who are going to help get you to your goals? And so that's the thing I would always tell folks to look for, not the name and not anything else.
I was actually talking to a plastic surgeon like a few days ago, and he was telling me the same thing. It's like, if you are going to be applying for a residency program, the main thing, it doesn't matter what it is, the main thing that you need to look out for is the team that you're going to be working with, if they're supportive or not, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters, because you're spending so much time in the clinic and so much time, working. So if it's not a healthy environment, it's just not going to work out.
Absolutely. I mean, I think even in my experience, right, I just told you I went to a primary care residency program. I went into a pretty procedural heavy subspecialty. And one of the things that I was worried about when I made that decision was, did I betray what I said I was going to do when I came to do primary care? And my mentors and every single person was nothing but supportive, right? They connected me with people that would help get sort of some projects under my belt. They connected me with people that sort of went through a similar experience and could reflect upon their own sort of thoughts of that and their growth. And so it was incredible. And that's what you want to look for, whether in med school, whether in residency or professionally when you're done.
If you enjoyed this short segment, please like the video and comment any feedback. Also, feel free to check out the full podcast episode where we try to ask the right questions to deconstruct study strategies, useful habits, constructive failures, and life lessons. The podcast can be streamed on all platforms.